Last year, I watched The Flash Season 7, and, it wasn't good. So I made a video about it, and in it, I said I wasn't gonna watch Season 8, and I meant it. I was very serious. I had no intentions of watching Season 8, but here we are. I watched The Flash Season 8, and today I just kind of want to talk about it, rant and review, kind of see where this goes, mostly unscripted, because according to the world, Season 8 is a lot better than Season 7, which I mean isn't hard to do, but by how much exactly? This season was split into 3 graphic novels. What does that mean? Wikipedia is really coming in clutch right now. And these are called Armageddon, Death Revisited, and It's All Negative. So we're gonna split this video into 3 sections and talk about them. I'm gonna put timestamps down below so you can skip to wherever you are interested in, but I'm gonna kind of keep it spoiler free for the most part, but also we will get into spoilers towards the end. So yeah, but if you do enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It helps me out so much and just shows that you're enjoying the stuff I'm making. But let's get into The Flash Season 8. So Armageddon, where do I start? This was a 5-part event that they used to jumpstart the season and pretty much tell us we're better than last time. We promise, alright? This isn't season 7. And for the most part, they did that. I agree. Like, I really did enjoy episode 1 for the most part. It felt like a slightly improved version of like season 6, which I mean, that's watchable for me. Then episode 2 came around and I mean, it was alright, I guess. It was kind of boring, but it had its good moments like that ending. I will not lie, that ending is the thing that kept me going with this. I was gonna stop after 2 episodes, but that ending was something else. Everyone watching called it, right? But they still did it. Moving on to episode 3, I think it is time that we kind of talk about the villain of Armageddon, which is Despero. He's not great, in my opinion. He's just an alien from another planet, and he just really wasn't that compelling for me. It was also kind of all over the place story-wise and CGI-wise, but I mean, we can't really take those shots at the Flash anymore. You can't expect too much. I didn't love episode 3, honestly. Like, episode 1 was fun, episode 2 was alright, but episode 3 was pretty much the Cecile show with a bit of Barry talking to the Black Lightning guy at the CW Hall of Justice, which didn't really work for me. Now, I feel like I was a little harsh on Cecile's character in season 7, but she isn't great here, like, at all. By the end of the episode, we find out that, Eobard Thawne was behind it all along. Not surprising, really, and boy, does he look goofy in that Flash suit. Like, I'm sorry, I could not take anything he said seriously. Episode 4 was, weird. So basically we get Flashpoint again, but this time reverse Flashpoint. I don't know. I didn't really like it, honestly. I love Reverse Flash. I love Tom Cavanaugh, but something about his character throughout all of Armageddon, also season 8, are like close to season 7 level stuff for me. Moving on to episode 5, we had Green Arrow's daughter for some reason, and she's looking for her brother. Where did that go, by the way? What was that? Was that setting up some other show that doesn't exist? I'm so confused. Anyway, the story devolves to just, should we let Thawne live again? The answer is no, right? Why would Joe ever talk to Barry and Iris in the way he did in defense of Eobard Thawne? Huh? What? He's the reason Barry's parents are dead. He comes back again and again and again, and he just threatens to kill everybody in Barry's life. Just end him. I don't even know, man. It's not really in Joe's character. If anything, Barry should have been the one defending Thawne, not everyone else. Anyway, this episode was really bad in my opinion. It kind of hurts, honestly. They treat Barry getting the golden boots like Captain America picking up the hammer in Endgame. Guys, it is not that deep, I promise. I will say, with the golden boots, it has its angles where it looks rough, sure, but for the most part, this is my Flash suit, man. The season 4 suit is good, but this one... Anyway, Barry has a actually decent looking CGI fight with Despero, who, even when I tried to have thoughts about him, just kind of mid. He's not great. Thawne wasn't great. Armageddon wasn't great. Also, Damien Dark shows up for a little bit. I mean, 6 out of 10, I would say. The last 3 episodes really hurt the score quite a bit, honestly. Episodes 1 and 2 are good. Death Revisited, though. Hear me out, please. This is season 6A level stuff. For like the first time in 3 years. Like, I was actually interested in what was going on in The Flash. Huh? It's not amazing. Don't get me twisted. It's not as good as some people say it is. But it has highlights, bro. Real highlights. Barry is amazing in this whole arc graphic novel thing. Grant Gustin was shining, bro. Candice Patton, on the other hand, we'll talk more about her later in the video, kind of. But I feel like she either didn't want to be there or she just wasn't given the right material to work with. Because don't get me wrong, I like the West Allen stuff. I really do. And she's done great in the past. But it didn't feel right in this season. It didn't feel like she was really motivated to do her best. I do think there was some drama stuff going on in the background. But I don't really want to touch on that in this video. If someone someone knows more than I do, please tell me in the comments below. I'd super appreciate it, but I'm not going to get into it here. She had her own little story arc thing going on though, which started like 2 seasons ago at this point, and you can tell it's building towards something of an ending, but it's still boring. And every time it would come up, I'd just kind of zone out until Barry started running again, honestly. We also get a new baddie this time around, and that's Deathstorm, who is much better than Despero in my opinion. At times was actually really threatening, which seems to be like his main shtick, you know? We also get some focus on Caitlyn and Frost, which, like, I don't like the split they did in season 7. It's weird, and they never really capitalized on it by doing anything good, and they continue to not do anything good with it even in this season, but we do get some decent stuff here and there. We also get Ronnie back, but just kidding, no we don't. We also get Eddie back, but just kidding, no we don't. And they even brought back Sue Dearborn for some reason, which really does suck because I personally was a big Ralph fan on the show, and seeing Sue just shows me that storyline still has some potential. Like, just bring Ralph back for season 9. Just do it. The CGI was also pretty good throughout this arc. There was some obvious green screens and stuff, but that's to be expected from the CW. We got Deathstorm, who looked good like 75% of the time, and we got that cool Barry riding the lightning scene, which is beautiful and reminds me just how much I want a good CGI Flash movie. Please, 2023. So they do beat Deathstorm at the expense of Frost's life, and weirdly, I did get some like emotions from this. I didn't cry or really get close, but it kind of felt like Caitlyn died at that moment for me. But I mean, she's still around, so it's not that emotional, but it got to me a little bit. Also, Chillblaine was there, sadly. I'm not going to talk about him again in this video, by the way, so I'm just going to get this out of the way now. He's a bad character, but he did have a good moment in this episode, and he was the one that really made me feel Frost's death, not anyone else, honestly. Hellfrost was dumb. Like, all they did was change her hair and give her a new name for some reason. It was bad, but the fight was okay between Frost and Deathstorm. That was fun, and it looked decent. I don't want to be too negative. That's for the next arc. But there is one thing that started around this time that really does bug me, and that's Allegra and Cecile becoming full-time superheroes, which is fine, I suppose, but neither of them have suits, and neither of them wear masks, and they also both happen to have full-time jobs and lives in Central City. Do people not notice these things? Do people not record stuff in Central City? It's really dumb, man. Also, Cecile is not a superhero. Why do they do that? It is cringe, it's bad, but overall, this arc is an improvement from Armageddon, but I don't really think it's a 7 out of 10, but I gave Armageddon a 6, so I guess it kind of has to be. So, 7 out of 10, I suppose. Alright, so I didn't really plan on talking about the interlude episodes this time around, but there were 3 episodes between the last 2 graphic novels that were pretty good, so I want to talk about them. The funeral episode is okay, but annoying at times, because where's Cisco? Where's Ralph? Where's anyone else that knew and cared about Frost? It really just feels like a scuffed funeral and a weird thing to focus a whole episode on, but there was some actual decent emotional stuff there, so it was alright. But other than that, episodes 15 and 16 are very fun episodes, especially The Curious Case of Bartholomew Allen, which I think is episode 15, maybe 16. Like, that's a cool episode. But on to It's All Negative, the third and final graphic novel of The Flash Season 8. I like this, weirdly, but also I don't like it at all. So I know I'm gonna contradict myself here because my feelings make no sense about this art. First 2 episodes of the graphic novel are okay, with a new speedster showing up who looks alright at times. Like, the CGI is getting worse throughout the season. Mina was a decent character, to be fair, but we also find out that she's working with Eobard Thawne, but not that one or that one. Kind of, I think. No, it's the one from Legends, actually, which feels like a bit of a cop-out, but I'll allow it this time, alright? It creates some decent tension for like 5 minutes until he shows emotions and Barry's just like, yeah, Reverse Flash can't do that, so you're okay, I guess. We also get like Diggle showing up for some reason, and I don't watch the other Arrowverse shows. I don't watch any of that stuff anymore, but according to Google, Diggle has been showing up in all of these shows, and this one was like the big finale, and he closes the box. Good job, CW, throwing away literally every good thing you have. Let's be real, they probably can't afford a Green Lantern show. We're also closing up the time sickness stuff, finally, like for real this time, and it was disappointing, as you would probably guess it would be. Also, it turns out there's negative versions of all the forces from season 7, which is great. I love those guys. This is where the last 2 episodes kind of fall apart, honestly. The negative forces, I don't care. They're better than they were in season 7, 100%, but they're still pretty bad. But their whole thing is they're angry that Armageddon Thawne lost his powers and now they have no negative host or whatever. So they steal him and turn him into like host Thawne. So this is like technically another new Thawne for some reason. They really try to make this stuff make sense, but it just really doesn't anymore. Negative Part 1 was a ton of fun and really cool. When he killed Iris, oh my, that is That is so good. End the season right there. End it right there. Please. Nope, it keeps going. To be fair though, Thawne ripping himself out of Flashpoint Thawne is awesome and cool and awesome and just, oh fuck, this is so cool. But then they have like a Power Rangers fight and Bart and Nora show up and Jay Garrick is there and it's the season 7 finale all over again. Also, Iris just comes back for some reason, and Damien Dark was there again. Mostly because this show just does not believe in consequences for their writing. They just kind of do whatever they want and then put some fake science words behind it. Thawne gets a really bad looking suit and they like fight in air quotes because Barry just kind of meditates and Thawne screams and dies again. I don't know, man. This is like the 3rd season that's ended with Thawne dying. Also, there was like Cecile stuff going on in these final 2 episodes. Like, ew, don't do that. This show is already not about the Flash anymore. But at least give him his finales, please. This arc started alright with the first 2 episodes. The interlude was really good, honestly. And I really do enjoy Negative Part 1 for the most part, even with its flaws. And Negative Part 2 exists. This is only slightly better than Armageddon, so I'm gonna go maybe 6.5 out of 10. Might lower down to a 6 or even a 5.5 on a bad day though. So, Season 8. Did it save The Flash? Was it amazing? No, it wasn't amazing, and no, it didn't. The show is still a shell of its former self at best, and a mockery of the first 4 seasons at its worst. And they kind of went overboard with a certain villain this season, the Reverse Flash. He is used so much throughout this season that I actually got tired of seeing Tom Cavanaugh's face for the first time ever watching the show. And the worst part is, he just gets worse throughout the season. It's really strange. They turned him from the scary, calculated villain that he was for literally 7 seasons. Yes, he is better in season 7 than he is now. But here he's kind of just like screaming a lot and throwing tantrums and he's obsessed and crazy. I love Eobard Thawne. I really do. But he's just too much at this point. And sadly, he needs to be the villain of the final season, which I'm hoping and praying is season 9, man. Please do not give us a 10th season of this show. So I mean, I'm mentally prepared for more Reverse Flash, but I'm not mentally prepared for it to be good, which is super disappointing because, yes, Season 8 was good enough that I will be watching Season 9 and I will be ranting and reviewing about it. Sadly, my past self will be very disappointed in me right now. But final thoughts, I guess. Armageddon was fun. Death Revisited was actually good at times and had some really big highlights. There was a great interlude in between these 2 graphic novels. And then It's All Negative had a lot of potential and was fun at times. Definitely not perfect, honestly. Overall, this season is a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe if you catch me on a good day, I might give it a 7. In conclusion, The Flash Season 8 was a roller coaster, man. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've been gone for a little bit, mostly because of copyright issues and also scheduling conflicts. It's tiring and I really do miss uploading on this channel. Also, school's starting soon and I do gotta finish high school strong. So, you know, I mean, blow this channel up and I'll focus on it instead of school. I'm kidding, kind of. Anyway, this video was a ton of fun to make and we back, baby. Videos weekly, hopefully. I also have a video idea in mind. I want to pitch my idea for a final season of The Flash. So let me know if you want that in the comments below. Also, tell me what you guys thought of Season 8. I was pleasantly surprised, but also, rolling my eyes at times. But that's all I got for you as of right now, and, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.